You know, sometimes things get hard, things get complicated, things get tricky, things get just a little overwhelming. But it doesn't mean that you just try to give up on who you are and what you are to try to go pursue something else. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me think about that a second and say, my name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. And today, I don't know why I have to talk about this, that I want to talk about this. I've been standing here for the last hour in reality trying to contemplate, not want to speak about this, but in reality, something just needs to be said on based on who I am, what I have a good understanding of. And that's just the concept of today. I just noticed boys don't want to be boys, girls don't want to be girls, women don't want to be women, and men don't want to be men. And grandparents don't want to be grandpas and grandmas. We don't want to do it anymore. We want to decide that it's too hard, it's too complicated, it's too hard to be a boy. So since it's too hard to be a boy, I want to be a girl. And since it's too hard to be a girl, I want to be a boy. And I'm going to tell you this, it's hard to be who you are because the whole world just in reality doesn't want you to be that. That sounds weird and complicated and confusing, but for me, I just have a real good understanding of that. The world doesn't want you to be yourself. Just because the world doesn't want you to be yourself doesn't mean that you being somebody else, the world is going to finally just accept you and love you and appreciate you. They're still going to find flaws in everything about you because they just don't want you. That's the thing that I don't think a lot of people on this planet really understand. Just because you change your pronouns and who you want to classify as, doesn't mean that the world and the people around you are not gonna appreciate, are gonna start to appreciate you, are gonna start to love you, start to just be all upon you. No, they're still gonna hate you. They're still gonna be envious of you. They're still gonna be jealous of you. They're still gonna be enraged about you. They're still gonna want to make you fail at everything that you do. It doesn't matter what you try to change to and what you try to switch off to. Just because it's too complicated to be a man on this planet doesn't mean that it's gonna be super simple for you to be a female. You're gonna come to realize, like, in reality, it's going to be even more complicated for you. It's going to be even more challenging for you. It's going to be it's going to drive you in more insanity than you've ever been able to be in your entire life so far. The day that you decide that, you know what, being that man is too hard, or being that girl is too hard, being that woman is just way too challenging, that I need to switch it up. You're going to come to find out that is going to be the first day that you decide to tell the whole world that's when the real complications in your life are really going to start happening. You may try to put that fake smile on. You may try to have those fake feelings. You may try to have those fake emotions, but there's something deep down inside of you that's screaming. It's screaming harshly because you're showing it to the world. You're showing it how you can't stay stable. You're showing how you can't stay consistent. You're showing how you're bouncing around from all around and all around, thinking, oh, this is fun. This is what we're supposed to be doing, and everyone's just doing this, and we're all just going over here, going over here, and going over there, and you can't actually just stick with something. You're showing it by not being able to make a decision and sticking to that decision and saying to yourself, I want to do this, and I want to be this, and I want to make this happen. That you're wishy-washy. One day you're over here, the next day you're way over there, and the next day you're not even anywhere. You're nowhere to be seen. And it's something that I just noticed the more and more that I live and the more that I see, people are getting confused with thinking that you're not comfortable with who you are, so you need to switch it off and be something else. And I'm going to tell you that the reason that you feel that way is not because of what your gender is. It's because of the pushback of the people around you that just don't want you regardless. They just don't want to see you succeed regardless. Everything around us, and in reality, just the older I get on this planet, keep on doing more, the more I realize everything out here is to sabotage us. Everything out here is to slow us down. Everything out here is to get us off doing what it is that we should be doing. Everything out here is to challenge us. Everything out here is to make it so challenging, so tough, so ruthless, so evil, so just wrong. And that's just what it is. And it's for those that fight through that, get through that, and excel past that start to realize who they are and what they're able to do and what they're capable of doing. And it's for all of us to just say, who I am is who I am, and I'm going to struggle regardless of what word I want to change to that, what dresses or clothes that I want to change for that, what attire that I want to do differently, what makeup I want to change, what surgeries I want to change. You're still going to struggle an extreme amount on this planet. You're not going to have no more ease of access. You may have added 2 or 3 new people in your life. They're like, yeah, hey, go girl, go guy, you're awesome, you're great. But those people are crying inside themselves. They're hurting themselves. That's why they want you to join on, because then that makes them feel more satisfied knowing that you are doing the same thing. And now they're not just alone in this level of agony. And it's just hurt inside. They're just destroyed inside. Don't know what to do inside. And someone will say to me, Mark, you're dead off with that. You don't know anything. And I'm going to say it's just interesting that we have these things called like statistics that go on in our world, where Statistically, if you decide to be yourself and be who you are, you have a way better chance at being able to have a successful life on this planet. But statistically, if you decide that you want to be something else than somebody else, you are more prone to try to harm yourself and hurt yourself and harm others and harm other people and just do very, very damaging things. Because you're not actually able to live like a, say, true, fulfilled life. You're trying to create your own. You're trying to make up your own. You're trying to make happen what you think is the best, as opposed to knowing what is already out there, created as being the best. That somebody created this, something put this together, something made it so that it is the way it is, and it functions when it's working the way that it should be working. But when you decide that I want to change that up and do something different with it, it's not going to quite work right. It's as simple as putting, I got a propane tank right here. Let me put gasoline in this propane tank, thinking that that's going to be able to heat my house and be able to get my heat up my oven and stuff. Where it was intended to use propane. It's a liquid form of a gas, but it's not gasoline. And I would be destroying everything that I had if I decided to put something different in it. And then you know what's even crazy about it? That once I decided to put something different in there, it's not so easy to go back again. It's not so easy to change it. It's not so easy to fix it to try to get everything working right again. Now I have to fix a whole lot of things around. I've got many items that I need to redo. And even something on specific to this, I got to dig up pipes and change some stuff and clean out things and do a whole lot just to make sure that it works after I decided to say, like, go back. It's not so easy to go back. It was super easy to fill it up with gasoline, though. I could just put a tank on there, just start pumping it in there. It's good to go. But to try to go back is in reality dangerous. Is almost to the point of dangerous that I might have to just give up on all of it and get all brand new and reinstall it to know that it's going to be good to go, to know that there's not going to be any mishaps that happen. But you know what's unfortunate with the human being? You don't just get a chance to, hey Oreo, you don't just get a chance to just scrap it and give up on it and then get a new one. You only have one. You've only got one body. You've only got one life. You don't get a chance to just, I didn't like that, I give up on that, and alter it and put in a new one. You're just stuck with where you are. So if you decide to make decisions on changing some stuff up and putting some different stuff in it, you're going to be stuck with that. That's just what it is. That's where you are. That's how things are. And you know what's crazy? There's this thing called like fads that go on this planet, that some things go in season, and then they kind of go out of season, and then they kind of come back in season, and then they go out again. It just keeps going like that. So what happens if you're in a fad where you're in a season? You want to do this in this season. Say you're like a 20-year-old person and you're in a season, you want to do this. And then all of a sudden you're 30 and you're like, I don't want to do this. Now I kind of want a family. Now I kind of want some children. Now I kind of want to be able to have that connection. You can't go back. You can't go back. You're in it now. So your fad, it has to be for the remainder of your life. And you don't get a chance to be able to just say, I didn't like this and I want to do something different now. You're not going to be able to have that chance. And that's a very, very confusing thing, because I'm telling you, you're not wanting to change and do what you do because you think that you're not being able to express your full self. You're not being able to express your full self because of the people that are around you, because of what happens with everything around us. It has nothing to do with you specifically. Everyone gets such hate towards them. Everyone gets such rage towards them. Everyone does. It's an everyone, everything thing that I don't think that everyone understands that. There's just some people that stand up and speak and act like they're like just so perfect and so great and so amazing, and they're just the best of the best, but I'm telling you, they're not. They're just straight lying to you. That is just what it is. And they could say it day after day after day. They could show you one little picture. They could send you one little 10-minute video saying, this is my life, it's so perfect, it's so awesome, and look how great it is. But if it was so great, why would you be spending like 18 hours a day trying to edit and make your video look good, look pretty, and look like you're happy, as opposed to actually just living a real life out here and doing stuff? That's why for me, I had to change up what I was doing, because I was spending too much time. But I have other things that I have to do. I don't just sit out here and just want to make this and make it so that more people and this and that and edit and have it all perfect. No, I have a life to live. And for those that have lives to live, they don't have time to just sit down and just try to make things look perfect and try to be so perfect. You have stuff that you got to do. And that's the concept that I just realized that majority of people on this planet are not so blessed with. They're not so blessed with knowing the fact that if you're hurting, if you're struggling, if you're sad, you're not feeling right, that's a luxury. You just don't have enough. You don't do anything. If you were doing something, you wouldn't have that. You would be focused, busy, dialed in, doing what it is you need to do, and not having the time to be able to think about, man, my life sucks. No, you would be working so much and getting so tired that you wouldn't even have the opportunity to even be able to believe or think that, or even have to just sit down in your thoughts of sitting on the couch and wanting to drink and even wanting to smoke. You wouldn't have time to do it. You'd have to be so busy doing other things. So it's something in me that just confuses me on why so many people have this, I want to be somebody else, thinking that being somebody else is going to finally make you happy, when it's not going to make you happy, because you show me and you prove it to me every single day. Every single day that you say what you say and do what you do and keep on trying to push what you want to keep on pushing, it shows me that you're not happy. If every single day you're looking at me and you're saying to me, you have to do this because I'm this way. You have to talk to me this way because I'm this way. You're screaming to the world, I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied, because I need to force you to know that I'm happy. I need to force you to put a smile on and speak to me. I need to force you to tell you how it is that you need to speak to me. That says a whole lot about you. And I don't think that you really understand that you're hiding behind masks. But there's some people on this planet that can see straight through it. That could just we can see through your mask. Your mask is horrible. It's trash. It's no good. There's something funny that I listened to I forgot when I listened to the other day. I'm talking about, I'm sorry to put it on blast straight up like this, but it's true. It's a matter of fact. This is why something for me has always been something I dodged many times in my life, when a lot of females like to put on a lot of stuff. You got your fake hair, you got your fake lashes, you got your fake nails, you got your fake makeup, you got your fake outfits, you got all the fake stuff, but yet you're saying, I want a real man. I want a man that can do that. You want a real what? When everything about you is fake. And it's just funny to me. It is. It's super funny to me, because it's like your expectations for what you're looking for is not what you're actually putting out. You're putting out false. You're putting out just absolute fakeness, but yet you want something real in return. It's a really complicated thing that I don't think that you really notice that you're hiding behind all this stuff. But there's some people out here that see it. And in the real people that you're looking for, they can see it. And that's why they don't talk to you. That's why they avoid you. That's why they use and abuse you. That's why they destroy everything about you, because they can see it. And all they want to do is just take that away from you, just to let you expose yourself and just push yourself out there to show the real who you really truly are. And then they just leave you and just dump you and just move on to the next. Just keep on doing that. And I think that a lot of y'all ladies understand that's what a lot of these guys out here are doing. They don't appreciate you. They don't care about you. They just want to break you down. They just want to destroy you, because you're showing falseness to the world. You're not showing a true representation of who you actually are. And when you always are walking around not showing who you truly are, there's going to be people out there that are just going to constantly keep on pushing you further and further and further down. So when you think to yourself to decide, you know what, I'm a woman, I want to be a man. I'm a man, I want to be a woman. I'm a boy, I want to be a girl. I'm a girl, I want to be a boy. You're pushing yourself as a fakeness to the world. And when you push that fakeness to the world is going to hit you hard. It's going to hit you really, really hard. It's not going to make your life better. It's not going to make your life easier. That's why you guys have to stand up so hard, so strong, and protest so much, and cancel so many people that just want to speak against a man laying with man, woman laying with. You gotta protest so hard. You got to do everything in your power to try and shut and cancel them so harshly, because you know that those people just they can see it. They can see everything going on. You know it. If you were so good, you were so firm, you were so strong, you wouldn't have to stand up and try to destroy the whole world that speaks against you. That's childish. That's like what 5-year-olds do. And for me to say that a woman being 40 years old is doing what a 5-year-old girl would do, and she doesn't quite see that, I'm telling you, that's why he's still struggling. That's why he's still hurting. That's why he's still damaged. That's why he's still just destroyed every single day. That's why you got to stand up so hard and try to shut everyone down that wants to speak against you, because they know the truth. The truth is, you're just not actually happy with yourself, so you think that being something else is going to make you happy. And then you come to realize when you do that switch, you're still not happy. You're actually worse at this point. Because I'm telling you, for a man to be a man, it's not easy. But for a woman to be a woman, that's definitely not easy. Thinking that you're just going to switch to the other, have an easier, better life, or be able to fulfill or be able to be true to yourself because that's what you think you are, you're going to realize it's complicated. I would never want to be a woman on this planet. That's got to be one of the most complicated, hardest possible things to be on this world. For me, that's what I think. I'm a man here, though. But a woman would probably say being a man is, oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to stay and do what I do, and I'm happy with what I have. But for the ones that just think that switching back and forth is just, oh, being a woman is easy, or being a man is easy, I'd be over there. You're gonna I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for a very interesting day for me today, of being able to do some very interesting work and being around some very interesting people that put a lot of very interesting thoughts inside of me that I don't know what it is. And I definitely don't want to even talk about this, but I don't have a choice. Today is the day that kind of put my arm behind my back and said that, Mark, you got to stand up and speak about who you are and what you believe in and what is true and what isn't true. And what is true is God created this world. The Bible is God's written word. Jesus came, which is God, to be able to save us, to be able to simplify our lives, to be able to give us grace, to be able to show us what true faith is, and being able to upgrade our lives and have a better life. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I see it. Some people will say he put all our sins on him, he saved us, but for me, I got a lot to work on. I got a lot to do. Jesus came to me to be able to show me that there were some things that I needed to better with myself, that I needed to work on with myself, that I needed to upgrade with myself. Not to just say I'm good to go and I could just keep living a whatever life. No, he showed me a way to be able to make sure that I am constantly excelling, that I'm constantly looking at my faults and working on it, that I'm constantly looking at the things that are struggling with me, and I'm working on it. That's who Jesus is to me. He's not some just magic card or some little magic genie. Hey, yep, come here. Some magic genie that I could just ask and pray and he just gives me anything that I'm looking for and anything that I want. No, it's something to be able to allow me to be able to grow up, to be able to experience a better life on this planet. Well, let's get down. And to be able to relax and calm down and to be able to not be so anxious and to be able to just explore more of who I am, a man on this planet. Very confident knowing that I know what I want, who I want, and what I want to do, as opposed to, that chicken is loud. It sounds like a person walking behind you. Hey guys, let's get down. A person who wants to learn how to be able to help out some people that are confused, that are anxious, that are wishy-washy in their thoughts, that are not sure, not knowing what to do, where to go. And for me, it's just, I want to be a very firm, very solid, very, very knowing, very loving, very just knowledgeable person, to be able to make sure that I could push the right information to you when you're in the, I'm not sure where to go stage. Because I'm telling you, trying to just switch to be somebody else or something else, that's not gonna bring anything to you. But what is gonna be able to bring things to you, that's gonna be able to upgrade your life and be able to relax you and calm you, is to be able to just push more into knowing who you are and focusing more on who you are and dialing in with who you are and not try to be somebody else or something else, but be your own self. Be you. Be who you are. Be all about your own self. I don't know what your name is, who you are, where you come from, any of that, but I do know me. My name, Mark Anthony DeBose Jr. And I want to be me. I don't want to be you. And that's something that all of us need to stand up and start doing. Instead of like, I'm going to look it all out over here, looking over there, and I want to be them and I want to be this. No, you need to be your own self. You can see a little bit of snippets of what someone's doing. You're like, I like that. I like to do something like that. Yeah, something like that. But you got to do it from who you are, from your own ways. Because the more that you try to copy, that's the biggest thing that I noticed today with most all the social media. Everybody's copying everybody. Someone posts one video of one way they're doing something, and then 1 million of y'all do the same thing. 1 million. 100 million of y'all, 500 million of y'all do the same thing. Someone will post a video of doing this, and then you all got to do the exact same thing with the exact same captions, with the exact same voices, with the exact same, I don't know what all that stuff means, I don't know. But all the exact same things. You can't like come up with who you are and create your own and be your own self. That's a new fad, new way of life, new something today that's going on. That content is starting to become all the same because one person does it and everyone just copies it and does the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. That shows no uniqueness to who you are. It shows nothing about who you are as a person. And you're putting all these videos and all these things online, not showing who you are. That's something for me that if I get into a position of power to be able to change some stuff, that I want my own platform like the YouTube that's required. You got to put something on there. You want to interact, you got to put something that shows who you are on there. We all need to know and see and have a little information about who you are. It's so that everyone is on the same playing field here, knowing how hard it is and how complicated it is and how much it is to be able to try to put yourself out there for the world to actually know who you truly are. Not you hiding behind some fake videos, not you hiding behind some fake filters, not you hiding behind some fake information and just copying what everyone else is doing to try to make yourself get more popular because you doing what you saw someone do. That's just horrible. It's horrible. And I'm so thankful to just be a very, very unique individual on this planet and being even more unique. And I just know, and I know for a 100% fact, the closer and closer I started getting to myself and reading the Bible and getting closer to praying and asking and looking for some guidance, the more individual I started to become, the more unique I started becoming, the more in tune with my own self I started to become, with not scared about what someone could possibly do to me, what someone could say to me, what someone could just try to shut me down, someone could try to slander me. I don't care, because I'm good. I'm here. I'm me. And that's something that I know that majority of people on this planet need to start to shift into that. And the reason that you're feeling extremely insecure that you need a copy is because you don't know who you are. You don't know who yourself is. You don't know who yourself is. I'm going to tell you one way is Jesus is the way. That's it. That's the only way. And you want to reject that, I'm telling you, you're going to start losing yourself and losing yourself and losing yourself day after day after week. And then you're going to come to a point of just, I don't know what to do. That I don't know what to do, that I think I need to be somebody else now. And that's not the way to go. And I'm so thankful of knowing the information of how to be able to get true to myself and be myself. And the information is not some hidden magic voodoo just lost information. It's information for all of us to see. It's the #1 sold book in the world still. The information is out there for you to be able to get. It's just a matter of taking that information and actually living that information and actually looking at that information as it's being true and watching your life just upgrade and get better. And I'm just so thankful to be able to have that, be a part of that, and be able to express that and show that. And I'm so thankful to be in such an amazing country that I can say whatever the heck in reality that I want to say. You could try to shut me down and shut this and cancel that, but I could just come back somewhere else and do it again some other way. And there's all kinds of different hidden ways of saying some stuff that today I was considering hiding some language, but I said I don't need to right at this moment. I'm just going to chance it and see. I'm nowhere yet for the popularity polls, so it's okay. I could just say what I want to say right now. That I don't need to hide things and keep things in code. I'm just straight up. Straight up. If you don't want to be a man and you're a man, straight up, you need to ask for some assistance to figure out who you are and start to learn more about who you are. And knowing that trying to be somebody else is not going to be able to bring you the happiness that you think that you want. I'm going to promise you that, because God promises a lot of things in this book. And that Bible is amazing. He promises a lot. And there's one thing that he promises. If you believe in him and you understand him and you live by his guidelines, you go by his commandments, that you're going to have an absolutely blessed, amazing life. And that's a promise that he's given us. And that promise, I'm continuing to keep working with that promise. And I'm going to continue to keep thriving with that promise. And I'm going to continue to keep challenging that promise. And I'm going to continue to keep getting what it is that I'm getting and watching everything else around me just getting destroyed. And me just knowing that as much as I want to help everybody, I can't force you to do anything. And I never will. And I never would ever be a part of trying to make you do what it is that you don't want to do. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And there's going to come a time in a day that you're going to be super envious over me, what I'm doing. And I'm still going to give you that same information. And I'm not going to look at you with no backlash. I'm not going to look at you with no hate. I'm not going to look at you with no disgust. I'm just going to say, hey, you need some help? I got you, man. And I'm just so thankful to be able to be out here.